Rory and Mal announce a new deal with The Volume.
We are very excited to tell you guys we have partnered with The Volume, our guys over there. I'm ecstatic. Colin, just know I'm coming on the show. I don't care how tall your desk is. I'm going to be right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump up.
Yeah.
But we are very, very excited to have Volume as our partners moving forward.
Yes.
Shout out to the guys.
Something that we've been trying to get done for a while. Finally happened. Excited to be a part of The Volume and what they're building. So yeah, man, let's cause some chaos over at The Volume now.
Yep. And when you hear this, there will be another announcement about the announcement of adding some extra content per week. We are very, very excited about that. You will get an official release on that one very, very soon. But listen, man.
Welcome to The Volume.
That's right, y'all. On the recent Rory and Mal podcast, Rory and Mal said that they were undergoing a new partnership with The Volume, which is owned by Colin Cowherd. For those of you that don't know, The Volume hosts a series of podcasts, including Richard Sherman and none other than Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay and the other one he does with Ocho Cinco. Now, this is a big deal because a lot of people assume that Rory and Mal were on their last legs. But with this, they firmly put themselves attached to another network. Now, it's funny because I remember last year talking with Rory on Spaces. Rory said that he was going to do some type of sports thing, and maybe this is what he meant. I could never have imagined that he was actually going to do a show with The Volume. And remember, The Volume has ties to iHeart. It's unclear what type of partnership they have. I assume it's similar to what Bill Simmons did with The Ringer, where he initially started and HBO had invested in the company. And maybe that is what happened with The Volume and Colin Cowherd when he initially started. Maybe they injected some type of funding and also agreed to do the ads. Either way, if they still are affiliated with iHeart, it would be insane to think that now Rory and Mal might be label mates with Charlemagne. But let me know what you think in the comments. Are you surprised that Rory and Mal were able to secure another deal? I know from my experience, many think that the Rory and Mal podcast is trash, terrible. There's no reason that it should even exist. But I also know that there is a huge fan base that rock with the show in terms of just being extremely loyal. And if you look at some of the videos I've done about Rory and Mal, the whole Julian thing, oh my God, those were some of my best performing views in a while, outshining the JBP. But then again, people just love when folks go through drama and get kicked off a show. Now, this might put things in perspective, especially that whole Julian thing. Do you think Julian might regret leaving the Rory and Mal podcast if you look at his views now? I mean, when he first started, he did 78,000 views. Then it went to 16,000 views. And now it's around 5,000 views. Maybe this is a sign that he should have stood with the show. As to what changes might go on, I think Rory and Mal outlined it. There might be more, sports covered. There might be more sports guests. And we might see Rory and Mal on other shows like Gilbert's Arena and maybe even Colin Cowherd podcast. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, he would never be on that. But maybe they might. Sometimes these shows, these networks, whenever they're trying to put on a show, they'll put on anyone to help promote the show. As to what type of deal they may have, I think what's happening here is what's happened in the previous deals Rory and Mal have signed with Studio 71 and Sirius. My guess is they still have ownership of all their video, but the audio, they will take the audio and place ads against it and give Rory and Mal a percentage. And Rory and Mal will be bundled into the offerings that Volume gives to the companies and say, oh, if you buy X amount of dollars, we'll place your ads against Rory and Mal. Also, these other podcasts that we have, this is the cheaper package than maybe what Shay Shay has. This is kind of what advertising is. A lot of people assume that you want to have the biggest podcast, but actually what you want to do is you just want to have inventory. And Rory and Mal's inventory is significant enough that the Volume saw value in signing them to their network. But let me know what you think in the comments. What does this say for the future of Rory and Mal? from my understanding, they typically do 1-year deals because I think they signed the Studio 71 deal about a year ago, maybe 2 years actually. I don't know. But previous to that, I believe the Sirius deal was like 2 years. And shout out to Rory and Mal. This is a big deal. You know, this gives them legitimacy. Also, you might see a different type of guest. I'm curious to see if they stay recording in their studio that they have, or it seems like in Lower Manhattan. I would have thought that, you know, they would axe that and maybe just see if they could find a studio where they don't have to pay rent and save on that expenditure. But hey, it's not my business. All right, y'all. Obviously, my voice sounds different. I'm a bit sick. No one cares about that, but I just wanted to give you the explanation. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. Tap in with my Patreon. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.